Missy choosing to go on vacation with the Coopers instead of visiting Sheldon at school makes a lot of sense when you look at who Missy is, what her relationship with Sheldon has always been, and where she is emotionally at that point in the story. On the surface, it might seem cold or dismissive, but underneath it's actually a very honest decision rooted in years of feeling overlooked, displaced, and emotionally exhausted. Missy has spent most of her life living in Sheldon's shadow. Even when they were children, Sheldon's needs, achievements, and crises consistently took priority. That didn't mean Missy wasn't loved, but it did mean she was often expected to be the easy one, the kid who didn't need as much attention. Over time, that creates emotional distance. So when the choice comes down to visiting Sheldon at school or going on vacation with the rest of the family, Missy isn't choosing against her brother as much as she's choosing herself. Visiting Sheldon at school would mean stepping back into a familiar role, orbiting his world. A visit would revolve around his schedule, his comfort, his achievements, and his environment, one where Missy already knows she doesn't quite fit. Sheldon's academic world has always been a place where Missy feels unnecessary rather than included. Choosing not to go isn't cruelty, it's self-preservation. Going on vacation with the Coopers, on the other hand, offers Missy something she rarely gets: shared attention and emotional presence. A vacation is about togetherness, not hierarchy. It's one of the few settings where Sheldon isn't automatically the center of gravity, especially if he isn't there. For Missy, that matters more than she would ever say out loud. She isn't trying to punish Sheldon. She's trying to experience what it feels like to belong without competing. There's also an emotional maturity to Missy's choice that often gets overlooked. Missy understands Sheldon better than almost anyone. She knows he's fine at school. More than fine, he's thriving. He's in an environment built specifically for him, surrounded by people who understand and value his intelligence. Missy doesn't feel needed there. And unlike earlier seasons, she's no longer forcing herself into situations where she feels invisible just to prove she's a good sister. At the same time, Missy is dealing with her own emotional growth. As she gets older, her awareness of family imbalance becomes sharper. She starts recognizing that it's okay to want things that don't revolve around Sheldon. Choosing the vacation is a quiet boundary. It's Missy saying, without drama, that her time and emotional energy matter too. There's also a subtle sense of resentment at play, not the explosive kind, but the accumulated weight of years of compromise. Missy has sacrificed plenty of moments for Sheldon's sake. This is one of the few times she doesn't, and that's important. Growth doesn't always look like kindness. Sometimes it looks like choosing rest over obligation. Another key factor is comfort. Missy feels emotionally safer with the Coopers in a casual family setting than she does in Sheldon's academic world. With her family on vacation, she can be herself, sarcastic, bored, annoyed, playful, without being judged or ignored. At Sheldon's school, she's an accessory to his brilliance, not a person with her own inner life. That difference matters deeply to her, even if she can't fully articulate it yet. It's also worth noting that Missy's relationship with Sheldon isn't broken, it's evolving. Choosing not to visit him doesn't mean she doesn't love him. It means she's no longer structuring her choices around him by default. That's a healthy shift, especially for a character who has spent so much of her childhood adapting to someone else's needs. From a storytelling perspective, the decision reinforces one of the franchise's core truths. Growing up means redefining loyalty. Missy isn't abandoning Sheldon. She's stepping out of his orbit. And that's something every sibling eventually has to do in order to become their own person. In the end, Missy chooses the vacation because it offers something Sheldon's school never could: space to exist without comparison. It's not a rejection of her brother. It's an affirmation of herself. And for Missy, that choice represents real emotional progress, even if it comes with a little guilt and a lot of unspoken history.